Here with the champ. What's up, champ?
What's up?
How you feeling coming off a big win?
I feel good. Obviously, that was an important win for me. It's been a tough couple of years trying to get my belt back and get back on top, but I always believed I would. I still feel like I'm in my prime and even getting better, with my new coach, Kofi Gentua, and just, coming into my own as an athlete and building my IQ. So I always knew I'd get it back, and now I'm going to keep it, and I feel better than ever.
That's great. That's great to hear. So let's talk about the fight first. The fight that just happened. How did you see that fight between Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano?
So I haven't watched it back yet. I was there in person, and I always think you need to go back and watch it on TV before you can make a clear call. But at the end of the fight, I did think Serrano had it, especially with the point deduction. And then you see the CompuBox numbers, and it wasn't like she just kind of outlanded. There was 100 punches that Serrano landed more than Katie. So it's kind of hard to see where that went to Katie. Again, I'm going to go back and watch it and try and give another assessment. But yeah, I thought Serrano had it.
When you watch a fight like that, I know you see yourself in there. I mean, you see yourself as the future of women's boxing, I know. So being that Serrano and Katie Taylor are pretty much the face of women's boxing right now, outside of Claressa Shields, how do you see yourself in that fight? Like if what Amanda did wasn't working, what would you do differently against Katie Taylor that would make you the face of women's boxing?
I've always envisioned fighting Katie Taylor, and I wouldn't be opposed to having Serrano on my record either. If you see me on Twitter the other day, I offered to come down to 40 for either one of them, or even allow Katie to come to 47 and challenge me for my WBO belt. But I don't know. They can call the shots right now. It is what it is. I think that Serrano has a very go-forward style. She likes to drop down to the body, but that's really what she does. She goes for it. She doesn't necessarily box and move. She's not super diverse when it comes to that. She does what she does well, but I think that I have a little bit more tools in my box, and so I would use all of that against Katie. You got to close that space quickly with her because she has that amateur pedigree. That's what she did in the amateur. She was great at it. She mastered that style. She almost created that amateur style, the scoring and then moving, landing really fast combinations and then pulling out and circling. So I think keeping the pressure on her is the right idea, but I'll just do it Mikaela Mayer way.
I felt like she was doing that in the fight against Serrano. She was doing quick 1, 2, 3s, putting emphasis on the 3, and then moving out the way. Mm-hmm. Do you think that pressure, the pressure of being, the women's face, do you think that was going to play into your favor if you wound up, because I mean, we being realistic, you probably gonna wind up having to cross the pond to go over there. You think that works in your favor? Like you can be the low key American and come over there and get the upset?
Listen, I'm no stranger to taking risks. I've done it. I'm a little hesitant right now about going over to the other side of the pond. Now that I have my belt back and I kind of have it, the ball's in my court, I want to keep it there for a little bit. At the end of the day, I'm still trying to make the best fights possible. For someone like Katie Taylor, I'm going to her side of the pond. It is what it is. I'm not in position to be calling the shots and telling her to come to America. If she wanted me in Ireland, I would gladly do that and just have to go in there and make it clear as day. I mean, obviously it makes it tougher, but it wouldn't deter me from taking the fight.
147 is lit in the women's division. It's on fire, but you seem to be the only one on this side. It's a lot of people from Europe or United Kingdom that are at 147 in the women's division. What are some names that you think that you could get to come over here? Because like you said, the ball's in your court as far as 47 right now. So
it's a tricky situation because the other 3 champions at welterweight are with Boxer, and they're all in the UK, and they all just got matched up and signed a deal. So Natasha Jonas is fighting WBC champ Habazin, and then Lauren Price is fighting some random. Jonas will win, Lauren Price will win, and they're contracted to fight each other. So I'm frozen out of the game with the welterweight champs as of now. So you're right, and I just learned this today. So it's gonna take my team to pull together and figure out what are we gonna do next, because I want to get back in the ring no later than March. Obviously against a top contender. I don't want an easy fight. So we'll see what we do. But I've offered to go down to 47. If you see on Insta or Twitter today, me and Claressa Shields had a little back and forth about 154. So that's a possibility, but not immediately. She's coming down from heavyweight, and I need a fight by March. So we gotta pull my team together and figure out who's that's gonna be.
That's a big fight. You and Claressa, that could definitely do a lot of numbers. It would definitely be huge for boxing, women's boxing especially. How do you see? Do you really think that she can come down to 54? And do you really think you can go up as high as 54? You just jumped 3 weight classes to get to 47.
I did just jump 3 weight classes. I know that, and that's why I have a fight in March. Gonna use the time I have to, continue to build strength and be a competitive welterweight. And if I did go up to 154, it would be for someone like Claressa Shields. So if she, stays on course, that's her plan. She says she wants to come down. So, we'll see if she does, and, hopefully get it done for the fans.
How big of a deal is it for you to get that? Because you have tons of accolades, the Olympics, world champion. How big of a deal is it for you to go ahead and put Undisputed on that list? And you're a great color analyst as well.
Thank you. To me right now, Undisputed is a trend, right? Everyone wants to go Undisputed, and it's great. It was my goal in the beginning too. But it's more important for me to make the matchups that people really want to see. And usually that comes with Undisputed, because the people who have the champs are usually the best in the division, but it's not the only goal on mine. My goal is to put on the biggest, best fights possible. I feel like I'm in that stage of my career where these fights are gonna, they're legacy-making fights, and I'm willing to put it all online and challenge whoever. So Claressa Shields obviously would be an amazing name to have on my resume, and if she's game and we can hold on to our friendship by the end of it all, that would be great.
I don't think that would be a problem. You've recently got a new trainer. How much has that been a benefit to you in working with Kofi Gentile, who's a veteran in the game? And, you don't have to say exactly what, but the types of things you're learning with him, has that made a big difference that you could tell and feel in the fight?
Yeah, I'm feeling such a difference training with Kofi. And I think that sometimes, when you've done this as long as I have, and I've been with the same team my whole career, you get, you plateau a little bit, you get stuck. There's only so many things you continue to learn doing the same thing and training with the same people. So bringing in Kofi definitely spiced things up and got my brain working in different ways. He's having me work on things that, I didn't necessarily see, and just helping me elevate my style as a pro. He was a knockout artist, right? So he was all about that rotation and the body mechanics and throwing your body into these punches and then mixing up the combinations that I would normally throw. So couldn't be happier training with him. Even though there was a whole lot of drama going into that Sandy Ryan fight, it was a blessing in disguise. I feel like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, and Kofi Gentile is going to help get me, all the belts and the biggest and wins against the biggest, best girls.
You got Claressa Shields, you got Katie Taylor, and you got Alycia Baumgardner. Those fights on your list, 1, 2, 3. How would you like to get them?
Wait, you said who?
Alycia Baumgardner rematch.
Yeah.
Claressa Shields, Katie Taylor.
I would absolutely want the call for Katie Taylor next. That would be ideal. Again, I've been wanting to fight her since the amateurs. Then 2 Claressa and 3 Baumgardner. If I wanted the rematch with Baumgardner right now, I could have it. I don't necessarily know if I want to give that to her. She's kind of in the dumps right now. Pop Talk got suspended for a year. Now has no promoter, trying to, figure out her next move, trying to call out all the girls to get the clout. So I don't really care to give her that. At the end of the day, though, There's always a possibility.
You feel like Alycia is in a position where she needs you more than you would need the rematch right now.
She needs all of us.
I like that. So, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fought. You were there. What did you take away from that fight?
First of all, it was a blast. I had so much fun there. The arena was amazing. I mean, packed. And it was great for women's boxing, great for boxing in general. I have nothing bad to say about, I mean, I know there's a lot of back and forth going on about, you know, Jake Paul coming in there and fighting someone like Tyson. I don't care. I think that it went really well, and they sold the hell out of that fight. Do I wish more happened in the fight? Yeah. Do I feel like there was maybe some punches pulled? Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, so I hate to say that it was like, you know, set up that way, you know, but I don't know. At the end of the day, it was still great to see Mike Tyson step in the ring for the last time and bring a lot of new eyes to the sport.
Okay, last question for you. Any weight, any time, any era, I'm talking Layla Ali, Chrissy Martin, anybody, if you could have one fight, 12-round championship fight, just you and another woman across the ring, who would that fight be and how would it go?
You know who I want to fight? If I had to pull someone back in to boxing, Holly Holm.
I like that.
And that could work too, because she's no punk. She'll do it. She's done it. She'll come back, maybe. I don't know, but if she wants to, Holly Holm, I'm here for you.
How you see that fight going?
Well, I obviously see me pressing her and outboxing her. I think the one thing that she's changed in MMA is that she waits too long. You know, she sits and waits and looks for the perfect shot. So coming back into boxing, I think, would be a little bit tough. But I would just do what I do. Press her and box her and turn her and beat her.
I love that. Thank you so much for your time, champ. Appreciate you.
Thanks.